Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Config Fusion. In our last tutorial, we have covered what is IAS and why it is so important, how to install IAS server on Windows and host a website. Then also I have shown last time that how to enable HTTPS access, then manage the directory browsing and allow specific file download from the IAS website by configuring MIME type. Again, we have seen about the how to configure the FTP server within the IAS and how to access that and allow the read write permission, removing the authentication. So we seen about the authentication and authorization both. Now let me address some comment that I received in my last video. So someone has commented that they are facing some audio related issue. They are actually not getting clear voice of mine. So to address that issue, I tried my level best. I have purchased new DJI mic that I am currently using, and let's comment if you are getting clear voice or not. Now let's jump into today topic. So in today topic I am going to cover what is NPS, Network Policy Server, and why it is so important, how to install and configure NPS on Windows Server 2022, setting up Radius client for a network device and check authentication, creating and enforcing network policies step by step. Before we start, please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment if you have any question. So let's get started. What is actually the NPS, Network Policy Server? So NPS is a Microsoft implementation of a Radius server. It provides centralized authentication, authorization and accounting AAA for network access. Essentially, NPS ensure that only a authorized user and device can access your network by enforcing detailed policy, whether they are connecting via Wi-Fi, VPN or even traditional dial-up method. Why is NPS important for an organization? NPS plays a critical role in modern network security and management. Here is why. First, centralized network access management. NPS allows IT administrator to manage network access policies from a single unified console. It simplifies the administration of authentication and authorization across multiple access methods. Enhance security and compliance. By enforcing strict network policies, NPS help prevent unauthorized access and mitigate security risk. Integration with Active Directory enable role-based access control and support multi-factor authentication for added security. Third is flexible policy enforcement. So it creates custom policy based on user groups, device type, time of access and more. Enforce granular rule, ensuring that only compliant device or user gain access to sensitive network resources. Fourth one is seamless integration with Windows ecosystem. NPS integrate effortlessly with AD, making it a perfect fit for environment using other Microsoft service. The integration minimize administrative overhead and enhance overall network security. Scalable and reliable authentication. Whether it's wireless access point, VPN server or remote dial-up connection, NPS is built to handle authentication requests from a variety of sources. Its scalability ensures that even a large distributed network remains secure and efficient. Sixth one is comprehensive accounting and auditing. Detailed logging of authentication event help with troubleshooting, adding and ensuring compliance with industry standards. These logs provide valuable insight into network usage and can alert to potential security issues. Use case of NPS in an organization. So what all are the use case? First, securing wireless network. Enforce policy that ensure only authorized user can access with your Wi-Fi network. Second is VPN and remote access authentication. It provides secure authenticated connection for remote employee through VPNs. Third one is legacy dial-up connection. Manage and secure older dial-up access method with robust policy enforcement. Multi-factor authentication and integration. Fourth one is multi-factor authentication and integration. Combine NPS with MFA solution to enhance security for network access. Fifth is enterprise network policy management. Implement granular access control based on user roles, device compliance, and access time to secure critical business data. So the conclusion is NPS is an essential tool for an organization aiming to secure their network access and enforce robust security policies. Whether you are managing wireless network, VPN connection, or even legacy dial-up access, NPS offers a reliable, scalable, and secure solution for centralized network authentication, authorization, and accounting. So let's jump into the configuration part. Now, to do that, actually, what all you need here? First, you need to have some AD account or the group that can be mapped to the NPS service. I will show you the configuration and the authentication, authorization, and I will create two groups here that will be mapped there. One will be authenticate only, and second will be authorize also. So you can do the configuration also with that user. So let's go into the first our AD, directory user and computer. So let me create two group here. One is new group. First group is enable. Okay. Second will be config. Okay. Now I have created two groups. Let me create two new user also. One is user 1. Okay. Okay. We have user 1 already. Let me create Rohan. One is Sohan. So two user I have created. Rohan will be added to enable group. Okay. And Sohan will be added to config group. Now I will first I'm going to install the NPS service. So let me go and add the feature. Next. Here is the network policy service. Add network policy and access service. Next, and install. So it will install the NPS service here. So installation is completed. Now you can close that. So see, here we have got NPS. Now let me open NPS, network policy server. Okay, this is the UI of NPS. Authenticate anything, you need to add the Radius client. So if any server you want to authenticate with Radius, you have to add that server as a client, or any service network device also. So first let me configure the policy, network policy. Connection request policy, we will use this default one. The network policy I'm going to create is the new policy, enable policy, to get that. So let me map that policy here, enable user group. Okay, now I have mapped this group here. Next, access granted or denied, so I am going to add as access granted. Next, so you need to enable this authentication PAPM SPAP. And next, then the timeout and all, you can do the setup here. If you don't want to do, I'm going with default one. Now here is the things, the if you do here, you will get the authentication part. But if you want to do authorization here, we have two things, authorize only or administrative. So the enable group I have selected there, so I will only authorize this group to authenticate, not do the configuration. Finish. Now create another policy for config. Next, map that group and config. Okay, next, grant access. Next, enable that. No. Next, here is the things, I'm going to allow administrative privilege. Next, yes. So we have created two things here. Now let me let one client. So new friendly name APV. Okay, 192.168.173.123. This is the IP I have. Let me put one secret here. I have added now. Let me check if I have in configure putty or not here. So this is actually RAAPV that I'm using for authentication purpose. So if you see here, this APV having configuration setting like user management. Here we have call user array because admin. So I will add one AAA server here. Okay, now enable that authentication and authorization both. Add one server, host name 192.168, 173.195 port number 1812. This is actually default port of see radius port number 1812. So I have used that default port, added that, and let me see if I can authenticate with this or not. So I have to download that binary. Okay, so it is downloaded. Now 192.168.123. Let me log in with Mohan. That access is denied. It is not access. Well, so what is happen here? To check. One at 12 port number. I need to check if it is open or not. Firewall. Okay, so I have off the firewall. Now let's log in. 68.173.123. Mohan. Still it is not allowed. What is happening? One ninety five. Okay. Sohan is allowed to log in, but Mohan is not allowed. 2.168. So this is config user. Let me do config t. So I can do that. Exit. So maybe the user is having some issue. Rohan. Okay. Rohan. So actually I was trying different user here. So let me log in with 192.168.173. Rohan. Now I am able to log in here. We do config t. See why it is not happening, because I have enabled there the authorization also. So in this actually it is doing authorization. I got that it is not having permission to do that. So we are able to check whether it is doing the authorization or not. So it hit the policy, the Rohan user hit the policy, this policy, and Sohan hit this policy. We have two users, two groups we have mapped. We checked here. Now you can do it multiple thing here. Please do let me know if you need something different or some other help related to NPS service. So this is the core thing you can do. If you need any other help, let me know. Okay, thank you. Okay, Sohan is allowed to log in, but Mohan is not allowed. 2.168. So this is config user. Let me do config t. So I can do that. Exit. So maybe the user is having some issue. Rohan. Okay. Rohan. So actually I was trying different user here. So let me log in with 192.168.173. Rohan. Now I am able to log in here. We do config t. See why it is not happening, because I have enabled there the authorization also. So in this actually it is doing authorization. I got that it is not having permission to do that. So we are able to check whether it is doing the authorization or not. So it hit the policy, the Rohan user hit the policy, this policy, and Sohan hit this policy. We have two users, two groups we have mapped. We checked here. Now you can do it multiple thing here. Please do let me know if you need something different or some other help related to NPS service. So this is the core thing you can do. If you need any other help, let me know. So let's wrap up today's tutorial. In this video, we have covered what is NPS, Network Policy Server, and why it is so important, how to install and configure NPS on Windows Server 2022, setting up a Radius client for a network device and checking authentication. Now you have the knowledge up to deploy the NPS server. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more Windows Server and network configuration tutorial. Drop a comment below if you have any question or want me to cover a specific NPS configuration in future video. In my next video, I will cover how to install and configure DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, with full configurations. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.